What's up, YouTube? It's Uncle Freedom coming to you again on another glorious and well-deserved day off. I feel like hammered shit, but I got some pretty cool mail calls this week, and I thought I'd share them with you guys. So, the outdoor gun community, everyday carry world, one of the biggest things we ever get into, excuse the phone going nuts there, is knives. And I've always been a knife guy. I've loved knives my entire life. And I've always had like a soft spot for like Benchmade until they did the dumb shit. Zero tolerance has always been good, and Spyderco. And specifically from Spyderco, there's only a few models that I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Like, I love the paramilitary too. I like the military, although it's a little too thin. Really like the Enduras, and love the police model. And I've got a police, and I've got a bunch of Enduras. Like this Endura is like 9 years old. Back when you could buy these for $60. But I got a new one in today, and it's my other favorite model from them, which is the Manix. Now, 6 or 7 years ago, I had a Manix 2 lightweight, the CTS 110, and I had the Manix G10, and I had a Manix XL and G10, and I sold them all off because I wasn't carrying them or anything anymore. But I missed having a Manix in the collection. I got on Blade HQ the other day, and I happened to notice they had a Sprint Run Manix. Look at that cool bastard. So this is the Manix 2, USA made, with the mint green scales, which are kind of cool. But this one's in CPM M4. So my first experience with CPM M4 was the Benchmade 810 Contego, which is just a workhorse of a knife and is damn near indestructible. And then I had Spyderco's M4 on the Gale Bradley 2. And I love this design. Like, I have big hands, and it's just enough knife to do most of what I need to do, and not too much to be awkwardly scary sometimes. I love that leaf shape. I will tell you though, man, it's gonna need some breaking in. Like, it's just finally starting to, I can Spidey flick it now. I could not do it when I opened the package, but the only shitty part about this knife is, instead of like the Enduras here, the FRN feels totally different between the Endura and this. But these are all screwed together versus these being riveted. So you can't actually, now I know there's some guys complaining about it and they're like, man, I'm gonna do what I need to do to that. It doesn't bother me because I don't tend to take my knives apart. I don't like doing aftermarket scales unless it's on a fixed blade. The blade centering is fine on this. So I don't foresee it being an issue. For just day-to-day use, this is going to be great. I do not like the wire clips though. If I'm gonna have Spyderco's clip, I'd rather have that one. But it's not bad. I'll probably put a Lynch on here because the Lynch clip is a little better. So on to two new cool pieces. So I've been running the F5 Switchblade from Eberlestock now for about the last 12 or 14 weeks. It's been excellent. It's done everything I've asked for it. But I wanted a new hiking pack. And I wanted to try some other stuff out, and blue seems to be what I'm drawn to. So one of them I got in was this guy, and this is an Eberlestock. This is, you can't tell by the giant branding here, this is the Eberlestock, what is it, the F7 Kite. This is like a 40 to 50 liter pack. It's roll top design, so I mean you could really stuff some shit in there. But it's got the full spade opening in the front so I can get into it. And also, if you have their laser cut molly panel, you can strap that molly panel onto the outside or in the inside and make a separate, compartment in the inside. It's got those good water bottle pockets. The whole thing's done out of their 500D ripstop. Same excellent adjustable harness that we all know and love. And let's be real, if you watched the terminal list, you saw that sexy ass little trick that fucking Chris Pratt was running. And it was in that cobalt blue color, and I had to have a cobalt blue pack from them. This is a super lightweight pack. It's got their Gossamer frame in it. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this. I'm gonna plan on trying to run it if I can get over this stupid cold this weekend. Well then, as I'm looking around and I found that pack, I started looking around and I came across this pack. This is the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. Again, I was on Blue Kick. It also helps that this pack is $230, and if you bought it in indigo, it was $130. I guess people don't like blue. I happen to like blue. It's my favorite color. But I picked this up. This is their 2-day assault. So I think this is 25 or 27 liters. It's got the same great adjustable harness in the back of it, the Futura harness system in the back, which is just fucking excellent. I got the large, extra large, because I have a 21.5-inch torso, which puts me on the lower end of the range for this one, but if I have a small medium, I almost max the damn thing out. Elastic water bottle pockets on here. There's not as much storage. Now, see, I was looking at this as I was going to test this out as an everyday carry pack, much the same way that I run my Switchblade. Here's the thing, though. That Switchblade has a laptop compartment, has a tablet compartment that gets a notebook put into it, but it's got a lot of space on the inside, plus it's got additional organization on the top, and it's got the best damn brain organizer I've ever seen on a bag. Mystery Wrench doesn't have that. I have the same 2 water bottle pockets, and I technically have a brain on this guy, but there's 2 brains on this. So I have one very small brain pocket, it goes in my hand about there, and then I have one very large brain pocket, like most Mystery Wrench packs have. And I have 2 small zipper detail pockets on the inside of these about right here, and then I have 2 sleeve pockets right here on the inside of it. So there is some organization. On the F5 Switchblade, I have 1 large stuff pocket, 1 smaller kind of detail elastic pocket, and then I have 3 individual pockets. But the big thing for me is that brain on the F5 Switchblade, because I've got so much organization stacked in there. All my little shit that I don't know where the fuck it goes sometimes. It all stacks in there, and when I'm in the police truck and I'm at work, I can reach over, unzip that open, flip it up, and I can look inside of there and just grab what little thing I need out of the inside of the truck, and I don't have to go digging around like this. I would basically be blind digging to find what I need because I can't look into this. That said, it is Mystery Ranch quality, so I mean, I've got the excellent AquaGuard zippers, big old AquaGuard YKK zippers, plenty of room, contrasted color on the inside so you can see. Big tri-zip down the front, which is nice from them. Like I said, there's one of those little detail pockets there on the front right there. But it's a really cool pack, and maybe if I were to organize myself like I do when I hike with something like the Kite or something that's just a big bucket pack, I like to organize my stuff within the pack using things like the little pouches from battle boards or stuff sacks or stuff from Outdoor Research. I like using those to separate my equipment so that I know what I'm grabbing. That may be an option I can do for this guy. I do like this one feature on the back side of this pack. So right here I have this one long AquaGuard zipper on the pack, and actually if I zip that down, I have access to the laptop compartment, which is suspended a solid like 3 inches off the bottom. So I have access to that AquaGuard in here. Now I do have a hip belt that is removable, if we can call this webbing a belt. This is not a hip belt. This is a strap that stabilizes the bag. This is not a hip belt. Sorry, Mr. Wrench, it's not. Like my F5 Switchblade, I can put on one of their hip belt harnesses, which are awesome on that belt, and have the load bearing capability that would come from their actual harnesses, which is amazing. On that smaller pack, 27, if I've got some heavier stuff in it, I can throw that belt in there no problem, and I can run that belt without an issue. That said, this is built more for day pack. It's lighter weight. It does not weigh as much as the F5 Switchblade does. The material's the same. It's all 500D. Though this is not that wonderful ripstop that Mystery Ranch uses. This is just a 500D Cordura, which is not a big deal. Be plenty tough. And I did hear a bunch of people complaining about these originally, that they had grommet holes in the bottom, because they were like, I don't know why you put a grommet hole. If you put it on the ground, it soaks up water. Well, they don't have grommet holes in this one, so. But yeah, I'm excited to run it. I kind of like the blue color, I'm not going to lie. I don't subscribe much to the gray man thing, because where I live, camo is gray man. And if you're walking around, but then again, it's not uncommon to see people walking around with leather briefcases or blue backpacks. This is way more gray man than most other stuff, but it's cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to like the trials of trying to get my stuff into it and see how it works. I know that the Futura harness is one of the most comfortable harnesses on the planet, because I've got a couple of Mystery Wrench bags and they're awesome. So I know this will hold weight, but I know it's going to be excellent and comfortable. And, you know, going to the zoo, walking around with your kids or stuff, this would be excellent. This is, again, a much lighter bag than that Switchblade. Hell, that Kite's lighter than the Switchblade. But, yeah. So we got 2 new bags to try in. Speaking of James Reese, if you know, you know. I love Jack Carr's books, man. James Reese is a great character, and I'm excited to see what they do with it in like the next season. It's good. If you haven't read any of the books, the In the Blood series or Terminal List, you need to go read those. Those are fantastic. I don't know Jack Carr. Jack Carr doesn't know me, but his freaking books are amazing. I will tell you that, bar none. So, guys, there's some cool stuff that came in the mail today. Pretty excited to have another Manix in the rotation. Is a little stiff. Can't wait to get her broken in, but I love M4 steel. It is absolutely tough. It will absolutely hold an edge forever. And versus the other ones that I have are all S30V, except for the 110. Like, I chipped the blade in the 110. The CTS BD1, I never chipped the blade in, but it dulled pretty fast. The S30V holds an edge great, but it tends to chip, whereas S35 will tend to roll. M4 doesn't tend to do much of anything unless you do something really, really dumb with it. M4 is just a tough-ass steel. That said, I wouldn't be sad to see a Manix 2 lightweight in VG10 made in Japan, because, again, this knife is years and years and years old, and it is still absolutely excellent, and I still love it. It's one of my favorite knives I own. When I first got it, I went for the blue color because it was different. I had enough black knives and orange knives and stuff, and it's kind of the same deal with this one. That mint green color is really cool, and I didn't have anything this color, so it'll be easy to tell it apart. So, guys, I'm Uncle Freedom. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, like and subscribe, do all that fun shit, and let me know if you want to see or what you want to see, and I'll keep doing cool shit, and hopefully you guys like it. So, until next time, see you later.